Hi, welcome to my bio video. Today I'm going to be explaining the process of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is important to plants, but how does it work and why is it important? We can start by examining the sun. The sun gives off solar energy. The plant in turn needs to turn the solar energy into chemical energy. Individual packets of the solar energy are called photons. Photons are what the plant uses and collects to turn into chemical energy. But how does it work? How does this small plant turn something from the sun into energy? The answer involves three stages. The first and second involve light-dependent reactions, and the third involves light-independent reactions. But we'll get to that later. Your plant cells contain chloroplasts. Chloroplasts have many important parts, but the main part we're going to be focusing on is the thylakoid. The thylakoid increases the surface area, which helps photosynthesis become more efficient. Stage 1 takes place in the thylakoid membrane and lumen. If we inspect your thylakoid membrane, we will find that there's photosystems in the membrane. There are two different types of photosystem, photosystem 1 and photosystem 2. Their main job is to collect energy from the sun, aka photons. When a photosystem captures a photon, it hits an electron, exciting it. This causes the electron's energy to rise. This could also be compared to giving a small child a piece of candy. They become energetic, full of energy, and very excitable. Another part in the plant that helps in collecting photons is chlorophyll. There are two different types of chlorophyll, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Chlorophyll A is the primary photon capturing pigment, so it collects most of the photons, and chlorophyll B is an accessory. Chlorophyll and photosystems aid in capturing photons like a child might catch a butterfly with a butterfly net. ATP synthesis and the electron transfer chain make up stage 2. Electrons, after being charged with photons, travel along the electron transport chain. They travel into the inner surface and into the lumen, usually carrying H+ ions with them. This uses up their energy, and to recharge, they travel to photosystem 1 and absorb more solar energy, and reach an excited stage once again. The combination of NADP+ and hydrogen ions and these excitable electrons form NADPH. Also occurring in stage 2 is photolysis. The separation of these H2O molecules sends extra electrons to replace the electrons in photosystem 2. They produce more H+ ions, making the lumen more positively charged, and oxygen, which leaves the membrane and is a product of photosynthesis. The H+ ions in the lumen travel out through the ATP synthesis complex and combine with ADP and phosphate ions to form ATP. The name of this ATP synthesization process is called chemiosmosis. Stage 3 of photosynthesis is the Calvin cycle and carbon fixation. The Calvin cycle, also known as carbon fixation, is the taking of CO2 molecules and turning them into carbohydrate molecules. The Calvin cycle uses ATP and NADPH, the electron carriers that were produced earlier. G3P is a sugar specifically created in the carbon cycle that can be used to create glucose, starch, and sucrose. Thank you for watching my video. That is the end of the photosynthesis cycle to my extent, and I hope you understand photosynthesis a little bit better.